Hello, everybody. It wasn't 4 p.m. French time. It was 4 p.m. Amy time.
What?
So
I said 5 p.m. French time.
5 p.m.
It's very cheeky. It's only 4 minutes past. What happened was I was the only one who didn't have a nap this afternoon, and I was working on all of this. And then just as we were about to go live, Juliet decided she wanted to fill her nappy, so I just need to go and change her.
You're forgiven then.
And then I went and found 5 minutes before the start, I found asleep. So they both look a bit sleepy over on that side. So we've got loads of people here. How many? Oh my goodness. This is Juliet. And she's just woken up and she's in her little woolen romper suit, which I love. And Clement wants cuddles because he loves her so much. And she's wearing a little top. Hello, my love. She's wearing a little top that came down, inherited in your family, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was I think it was my brother-in-law's grandfather's. So it's probably over 100 years old.
Yeah, and Juliet, as you might be able to tell, is a reasonably chunky baby. And she looks a bit thinner in person than she does on this camera. But she's growing out of all the dainty baby clothes immediately. And so I'm trying to get plenty of wear out of it at the start. Is that a blanket for her, sweetheart? Oh, thank you, my love. And we're by the fire, so we're nice and warm. It's 21 degrees in the kitchen. And 0 degrees outside. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Mum, what's that in Fahrenheit?
Well, it's freezing outside.
Yes. Yeah. My mum's here. She got look at Clement. She got here just before the lockdown that's stopping Brits come over. She came a couple of days ago. You can come and say hello. You will in a minute. And our friend Matthew came, who was a volunteer here a couple of years ago, or a year and a half. He got in as well, but his parents were supposed to be coming, sadly, on Monday, so they can't now. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. There we go. Thanks, Tina. Ox and donkey missing. Yeah, it is a bit nativity around here, isn't it? And so do just ask us any questions you like. This is mainly a chance to introduce you to our little baby girl. But, you know, we can have a chat about other stuff as well. And so she was born about 3 or 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago or so now. Oh, my sweetheart. Yeah. And he loves trying to take her away and play with her. He loves her. And she's called Juliet. And her second name is Rose, which is, you know, we live in Rosieres, which is pretty cool. And so a lot of us call her Rosie, mostly Amy.
Mostly
the Brits. No, the British side call her Rosie. Because we couldn't decide on a name. In France, you have to register the name within 3 days of the birth. And they all think you're really weird if you don't choose the name before. And yet I find it a bit weird to choose the name before you've seen the human being. So we had a short list and we had loads of names we really loved. And then when she was born, we thought, oh, it's going to become immediately obvious which one she is. And it really wasn't. And we actually decided half an hour before we had to register the name. And we loved Juliet. That's what we would have called Clement if he'd been a girl. But as it came nearer to the point, I wasn't so sure about it and I had all these other names. But it's really hard in French because between French and English because some of them don't sound right in other languages. And Mark has a really long and very posh surname. So he said we weren't allowed to call her long, posh names like Eleanor and things like that. Because otherwise it would be a massive mouthful for anyone to say at school. And so in the end, we came right back to Juliet, which is our original choice. But I got to put Rose in there and a family name as well. So I think we're pretty happy with that, aren't we? Or we just call her Monkey. Big monkey and little monkey. Yeah, is it Juliet? And Clement, oh my gosh, he loves her so much. He's always kissing her and cuddling her more than he kisses his parents. Kath says, well done, your mum getting there. And Christine's in the bath watching us. Hello, Christine. Have a relaxing bath. We had. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the last live we did was when we announced that we were going to be doing mini Chronicles, and that was going well up until the point where I lost the phone I was doing them on and had recorded them all on. We know where it is, but we can't get it back until the Christmas holidays. So that and the final weeks of pregnancy and labour and recovery is what has kept us silent for a little while. But we hope to be able to put up a video tomorrow. We had a very special visitor from another YouTube channel who you probably won't guess outright who it was. You can have some guesses over there. Who was travelling back to the UK and stopped off, and we roped them in to help us a little bit on the Christmas tree. So we'll be putting up a video of that. And we're all very tired, but very well. Have you got any comments? I've just talked solidly. It's when I'm really tired. I just drivel.
I didn't really listen to it. Sorry.
Apart from that, I'm mostly just eating Christmas food solidly. Mum tried to ration me on the Christmas cake earlier. She judged my second slice.
Amy blames the mice on everything that gets eaten here, but I suspect it's not all down to the mice.
I've got any questions here? Are we now prepared for a family Christmas? Are we prepared for a family Christmas? We are. We have
Kind of.
kind of. We're fairly relaxed here. We have just lots of we prioritize relaxing and good food, but not food prep at the expense of the relaxation. Obviously with her as well. It's all hands on deck to look after the little ones. We were hoping to outnumber children 6-2 this year, but because Matthew's parents can't come, it's there's only 4 of us to 2 children, but it should be all right. Yes, I agree. Never ration Christmas cake. Sue's here. Sue, she had your cardigan on a little while ago, but it got too hot next to the fire, so I took it off. Sue is mum to Rebecca from Chateau de la Ruche and makes the most gorgeous outfits for her. And Christina is asking if we got a Christmas tree. Yes, we did, and I'm happy to report that it's substantially better than last year.
Yeah, it looks like a Christmas tree.
I mean, technically it's 2 Christmas trees tied together, but it's still better than...
It looks like one tree.
It's still better than me trying to tie pieces of branch on using complex pulley systems. Come on, do you want to sit with Mummy? Yeah? No? You're going to go and play? Oh gosh, he's going to play. I knew that was going to start happening. Mum, could you cut him a tiny bit of Christmas cake, please? Yeah. Thank you. We're in the kitchen. I can't turn the camera around because it's a bit chaotic. As it is with small children.
Blame the children. And the mice, or whichever.
Mum, promise me you won't give this to Mummy.
Mum's still trying to rush, as if I would get you to give him, my son, Christmas cake and then steal it off him.
Yes, you would.
So did anyone guess who came here?
Didn't know. Nobody's. I see a few Patreons on here who do know. And who was? I was just. Somebody just asked, and I didn't catch who it was, but it's a patron. I've lost the things there, about whether I finished my Christmas decorations, which I did. There's been a Christmas decoration fest with my ceramics experiments, and I've been keeping them updated. Some of it was good, some of it was bad.
Yeah, I like them.
I'm not
You
sure.
do- I think you did a good job.
But I'll show them in our video tomorrow for sure. Hello, my love. I think she's hungry. This is she takes after her mother. She's a professional eater. And her weight chart is like this. But she looks like her papa while she's got her eyes open. I don't know what you think of that.
Okay.
And she's got very dark hair, but she has the most beautiful dark blue eyes. And yeah, she's a very, very good-natured baby. She barely makes any noise. Do you want to tilt it up a bit so I don't flash the entire world?
Like,
I'm gonna feed her. A bit more. No, that's all right. Do you like our Advent socks? That's my friend Jo who makes them with her little craft company.
Is that nice?
Yeah, look, the twins. They're definitely like twins, aren't they? Those two. And we've been looking at photos of me as a child and how much Clement looks like me. Who else? Is that Emma? Emma from Hulver Farm?
Yeah.
Are you on that? No, she doesn't say Emma from Hulver Farm. She says Emma from Suffolk. So I'm hoping that's Emma. And they're asking. So Tony in Los Angeles is asking if it was Celeste. No, we're going to visit. Janine's saying, was it Selma? No. Think non-Chateau. And you might get it. And we're a bit, is the feed a bit pixelated at the moment? Yeah, we've got really bad internet as always. This is better than it was the rest of the day.
it is Emma.
Hey, hello Emma! Hello Tobias if you're there as well. Lovely farmer friends of ours who work very hard. Michael or Dan? No Chateau people. It's somebody else. But I think a lot of you follow her. You can hear Clement is very happy with his nanny here. Do we have an English Christmas lunch or French?
Actually, we haven't really decided. Oh, yes, we have. Have we? Yeah.
I've got a written plan. It's that organised.
Okay.
No,
I'm not aware yet.
No, we've kind of developed our own hybrid Christmas over the last few years, haven't we? When we've been here with just a couple of friends. So we do, because in France, the Christmas Eve can be quite important, can't it?
Yeah.
And you do Mark does most of the cooking at Christmas because he's an amazing cook. What do you make Christmas Eve, and what do we do afterwards?
So the plan, I think, is for Christmas Eve, visit Lobster Thermidor. You decided?
No, that's what you did. You did it 2 years ago.
I did it once,
and
Amy decided it was a tradition.
Yeah, because Lobster Thermidor.
So I cooked that, and it was actually not bad. I cook mostly on the stove behind us, which is really nice for simmering stuff and doing fish stock and just concentrating flavors. And for the Christmas day, we have
and then tell me a bit more about Christmas Eve, and then what do we do after we've had the meal? We go to the midnight mass, don't we? So we have So the meal. What we do in my family is that we would have a pot-au-feu, which is a beef hot pot that we simmer all day, and that we eat with typically with leeks and vinaigrette. And then we go to midnight mass, and then we have a fancy dinner. But usually we're not very hungry by that time, so we have mostly hot chocolate made with a lot of cream and milk. Yeah, quite nice. And it's particularly nice here because we often go up to up the mountain to go to church, and so it can be very cold and snowy and stuff.
Yeah,
so
we go to the next village, La Louvet, which is above 1,000 meters, so 3,000 feet. more than 3,000 feet.
Is it?
And it's usually, it can be in the snow by the time of Christmas. So so that's...
I might look after the dog.
And then...
You're coming, Mother! Mum says she's not going to come up the mountain in the snow in the middle of the night. I mean, that's not very dedicated, is it?
So what else were...
And then what we do on
I'm still
Christmas...
a bit sleepy, sorry about that.
We didn't have a good night last night. It was a relay between Clement and Juliet, one in round and round and round the night. And our visitors just left as well. So, we spent a lot of time with them eating and drinking well. And then Christmas Day.
Yeah, and then Christmas Day, we have, for this year, we have a turkey.
No, but in the morning, we try and do what we do in my family, which is smoked salmon and scrambled eggs and champagne for breakfast, which often ends up being more like sort of midday. Sort of 11-ish, and then we start cooking, and we have lunch. And lunch is this year. Normally it's like a wild boar or venison that's been killed by the hunters locally in our freezer. But this year
we have a turkey from ours as well.
Yeah.
Because last year we had a big hatch of baby turkeys, in which we had 8 turkeys, in which 5 were males.
Yeah.
And when they grow very big, they start fighting with each other, and so we had to sort this out before they would sort it themselves.
Yeah.
So we have a massive turkey in the freezer that we are going to stuff and cook for a long time.
Because we've actually got a couple of friends here who are going to come for Christmas Day whose plans have been cancelled because of all the changes. And it's a British-French couple. So we're going full English for this year with the turkey. Mum's making bread sauce. We'll have chestnuts and figs and cranberry sauce, although I couldn't get any cranberries, so I had to buy something from IKEA, the lingonberries. I've just seen that Lisa, our gorgeous patron, has just given us $50. That's extremely kind of you, Lisa.
Thank you. That's
a
very
beautiful
generous.
Christmas present for us.
Thank you.
And actually, just before I forget and carry on with the Christmas lunch plan, I just wanted to tell you, even if you want to just join our Patreon group for a month, I think it's €3, we're going to have a Patreon Christmas party this year on Zoom. I'm going to organise this week where we'll do all sorts of things, try and play a few games, have a chat, have a drink together. And we'd love lots of people to join us, even if it's just a one-off. It's just easier to do within that group. Anyway, back to the Christmas lunch.
So that was there anything else for Christmas?
Christmas pudding?
The bûche we said this year. This year, I've been deprived from having a French bûche for dessert. So it's a log that I would do with very concentrate coffee and a lot of butter, and it's basically a genoise rolled with butter and coffee. It's really, really nice. So this year I'm having a bûche, at least for myself, even if everybody else wants to eat Christmas pudding.
Okay, the thing is that Christmas pudding and Christmas cake are the culinary highlight of my entire year, not just Christmas. They're my favourite foods, so I can't go without them. And to the extent to which, when we lived in Montserrat, where we first met, we lived in a tiny little wooden house in the jungle. It was the whole house was about as big as our kitchen, and it was roasting hot all through the Christmas period. And I still insisted on making 3 Christmas cakes and 5 Christmas puddings and feeding it to a bunch of French people. Yes. And they all nearly fell into a sugar coma in the afternoon.
Yeah, we
asked if I was killing them.
Yeah, we ate Christmas pudding for a month after Christmas.
But okay, in France, in the middle of winter in Ardèche, it's a bit more appropriate, isn't it? So I've calmed it down. We're going to have 3 Christmas puddings and 1 massive Christmas cake, and we're currently eating the Christmas cake Matthew's mum sent us.
Are we?
Yes, Matthew sanctioned it. We opened it earlier. I think your little girl's
So-
falling asleep.
We've had a few questions about bread sauce. I have no idea what it is.
This
So
is my mum. Do you want to come and tell everybody what it is, Mum? You have to come around this side. Clément, viens avec Nanny.
Which way?
Come this way. My mum's the queen of the bread sauce. You stand there. You sit there, Mum. Clément wonders why we're talking at the computer. This is my mum.
Hello, everybody.
You can't tell we're related, can you?
Well, the bread sauce I make, I first of all infuse the milk. I heat some milk and infuse it with onion and studded with cloves and maybe a little cinnamon, and leave that. I'll probably do that the night before, and then very simply on the
pour it over the Christmas pudding.
No, it's not for the Christmas pudding.
Then on Christmas morning, I would drain the, take out the onion and the spices and simply break some wet white bread and use quite a lot of cream and mix it up. And it's very simple, but I really, really do like
And
my
what's
bread
it
sauce.
for? Which bit of the meal is it for?
It's to eat with the turkey and the cranberry sauce, but it's unfortunate you didn't get any cranberries.
No, but I got something I think called lingonberries. They're Scandinavian version. Lingonberries. They're Scandinavian version, and they're apparently quite similar. Although I saw there's somebody from Norway in here who might be able to tell me whether they think it's similar enough to cranberries. I definitely
Somebody, interestingly, Amy, Keith said, "Do you eat Christmas cake with cheese?" We were talking about that.
Oh
weren't
yeah, we were
Yes.
earlier.
Yeah, you hadn't heard of that before,
No.
had you?
No,
But
Mark's
yes,
looking very sceptical of that.
I think it's more like cheddar. You'd eat it with something like a cheddar cheese. Might be wrong.
Wasn't it? Didn't Matthew say Roquefort, blue cheese or something? Or was it you that said blue cheese?
No, it wasn't
Somebody
me.
said blue
No.
cheese.
You weird people.
It certainly wasn't me, and I don't think I've ever done that. But I know that people do eat the two together.
And so, what's quite nice, I suppose, coming down to the Christmas traditions, whether we're French or English, is that it's an excuse to just eat twice as much because we can have both. But this year is dominated mostly by English people, and then we're doing New Year's Eve with Mark's family, and Clement's demolishing the Christmas cake over there. Are you looking at the comments?
I'm looking at somebody saying that bread sauce is an acquired taste. Yes, I've acquired it a long time ago.
But it's good with I think it's the taste of the bay leaves and the cloves.
Yeah, oh,
that's
sorry.
particularly nice.
I didn't mention that, did
No,
I? I forgot.
no, really infusing the bay leaves.
And I did. I know you've got lots of bay trees, but I didn't realise that. I brought my own bay leaves. Sorry about that, Mark. Yeah, so that's all infused. Bay leaves.
Well, there is a precedent of Janet bringing bananas to the West Indies.
Oh yeah, we
Smuggling bananas to the West Indies.
when I first went on the holiday where I met Mark, I was with Mum and we were on the flight to the West Indies, the Caribbean, and Mum had her food bag with her, and at one point I said, "What have you got in there?" And she opened her bag and it was full of bananas. She said, "Well, I had a load of bananas left over at home once." And I said, "You do know we're going to the Caribbean, don't you? And also that you're not allowed to bring bananas in." So we spent the rest of the flight eating many, many, many bananas. Also, I didn't tell you, Mark, we went on a holiday to France once. We were younger, and Mum took all the tomatoes with us.
Good idea.
When was that?
When we came to France years ago, about 20 years ago, and you brought all the tomatoes from home with us. But it's mostly because they'd gone bad otherwise. So she got this year's bay leaves. I'm sure they'll taste different. We can do a taste test.
Any cheese, but somebody saying Cheshire. I love Cheshire cheese.
I love
Lovely.
Cheshire cheese.
Yeah, lovely crumbly. Other people saying cheddar. So
And carefully.
oh yeah, nice. We don't have, or they don't have those sort of cheeses.
We can get cheddar,
Can you
but
get-
we wouldn't get Cheshire here. Well, there's nothing similar, I have to
I
say.
bet I can find some.
There's been a few more speculations about who came, and
Oh, yeah.
a few people have got it right.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You can sit down here now.
We won't tell who
Okay.
it was. So we do.
No, we can tell. My back's a bit bad. It was Nikki and Carlo from the Positano Diaries, and yeah, we're going to post a little video of them with us tomorrow, hopefully, and also they're going to do a video of their time with us, which is really good fun. And we had a great time with them. Clémence, sweetheart, what's up? A nice port. Oh yeah, Karen says you could have Christmas cake with blue cheese and a nice port. Ooh, lovely. Because I've obviously, this is all a big treat for me, because not only was I pregnant, so off the diet, off the blue cheeses and the alcohol, but I also had gestational diabetes, so I couldn't have any sugar, and so I'm really making up for it now. Luckily, she eats so much that I can get away with the calories at the moment. Oh, the feed is clear. Oh, Juliet's ready for another close-up. Right, yeah.
Is it close enough?
No, my baby girl. Oh, it's the least flattering close-up imaginable. Oh, my sweetheart. Papa's not being kind to you, is he? She's a very pretty baby. And we were arguing about this earlier, whether you think your baby's cute just because it's your baby. But I also said, I think it's because you spend so much time looking at them that you get to really appreciate the perfection of their features when they're your baby. And she does have gorgeous eyes, but she just sleeps so much you don't often see them. And she's extremely calm. Oh, baby love. And her hair is growing. But she's a lot bigger. She was 3.8 kilos, where Clémence was 3 kilos. And she was quite hilarious. Even during labour, she was trying to kick to get out, and she kept trying to turn her head to see what was going on, because she's quite interested in things. So that caused a few issues. But since she was such an active baby during pregnancy, I thought she was going to be quite a handful, but it turns out she's very, very calm. She almost never cries. She cries when she wants food, but as long as you feed her straight away, it stops immediately. And a bit when she needs to burp. And Clémence loved her right from the start. So. Mike says she looked massive on the hospital bed. She wasn't that massive. But yeah, we did have her early. I had to go in to be induced because she was getting too big too quickly. So I had her about 39 weeks. Have we used the renovated crib? Poppy's asking. Yes, and I must try and get a photo of it. What's amazed me with having a second child is how different each child is and what they like and what they don't. So Clémence wasn't the biggest fan of he hated being facing inwards even from the start, but she just clings to you all the time like a baby koala. And he wasn't the biggest fan of that rocking bed in the end. She loves it. And you can just sit there and rock it. That's the 18th century crib that we renovated on Escape to the Chateau, 17th, that we renovated on Escape to the Chateau DIY, and it was on recently. I'll do a picture and put it on Instagram. Do follow us on Instagram if you don't follow us and you like our videos, because you get a lot of updates of little snippets of our daily life and things that when I can't keep up with YouTube, we get things on there. I really am quite verbal diarrhea today, aren't I? We've got a Dodina Shao here. Is that your nephew?
My nephew's here. Salut, baby.
We were at a family event at the end of August, and it turns out we've got quite a lot of family members who watch us, which is a bit embarrassing. I saw the other day, I was telling Mark, there was this YouTuber in America, Trenton Alley, I think, and they videoed the birth for YouTube, with a bit of blurring. I don't think I could have done that.
Thankfully.
I mean, it was beautiful and wonderful and really brave of them, but I'm not sure our family would have been too impressed if we were videoing the birth. I think maybe Europeans are a little bit more prudish about these things. But
Darling.
our chimney is pink. Did we know a girl was coming? No, we got this one. It's red, really, but we got this before even Clement was born. But that would have been good. That would have been good.
What, baby?
Oh yeah, Tony's saying about what we show on Instagram, like the fact that Mark put a plant in the baby bath the other night.
I don't know who put that plant there.
I do know who put the plant in the baby bath. And Karen's saying there's snow in Minnesota. We had snow last week, but we don't have any this week. And I saw earlier a lady called Martha who said that she's in Honduras, which is about the opposite you could get, isn't it? And how warm it must be there. I do love that when we've got people watching from all over the world and they're doing different things. And Mike, you come up with some classic questions. Did Mark catch the baby at the birth? I'm not sure that was his job. Pretty sure that was the doctor that did that bit.
Yeah.
It was still a bit of a medicalized birth. It wasn't the easiest. So no, he wasn't involved in any side part of that.
Clever boy.
Thank you, Tony. Tony says he waters plant in the bathtub.
It wasn't so much the bathtub,
which is sensible.
It was the baby bath that you put.
I was saving water by using the baby bath water to water the plants. So I'm saving the environment.
It's just that we do have sort of 7 or 8 sinks around the house,
So that
but only one bath. I don't really care. Oh, Judy's here from Winnipeg. Who else have we got questions from? Have we got any more Christmas-related questions about what we're up to? Or anything about beautiful Juliet, who I love. My baby girl. You can tilt it down a bit if you like. You can see. One thing I find really interesting is I've got this really strong desire to knit, but I have no skill whatsoever or time. And but I've become obsessed with knitting accounts on the internet as a result. And I've discovered that there's quite a big cultural difference between French and English knitting, especially for babies. And in France, they have these fabulous little romper suits that they do, which I love, that keep, she's not going to let me show, they sort of keep them warm on all the middle parts. And I don't think it's this was knitted by Mark's late mother for one of his nieces and nephews. And so we inherited it for her. And I've been looking up patterns for them, because clearly once you've knitted a scarf, you can master something quite as complex as that. But yeah, it's been quite interesting to see the different ways people dress and deal with babies. French people are obsessed with babies being too cold. So unlike the Norwegians and the Swedes, they wouldn't take them outside as much. And your sister likes to dress Clement up quite warm, doesn't she?
Yeah. No, we do take them out because I'm sure it's good for babies.
Yeah.
And having lived in Norway, I could see what they could stand.
And do you have cagnes at your crib? Spanish.
Cagagna? No, we don't.
What's that?
The crèche.
Oh, crèche.
No, we don't have one actually. Because we have most of our figurines are Provençal rather than Catalan, and I haven't found one. That quite matches the others. So for people who don't know about that, the cagagnère is a figurine a traditional figurine in Catalan nativities of pilgrim going to Santiago de Compostela, who poos along the road basically.
Oh, that's what Nikki was telling us about.
And I've just learned from Nikki that it's also part of the Napolitan tradition, which I didn't know. To me, it was completely Catalan. But so no, we don't have a caganer.
We're going to do our creche though, probably tomorrow, which I don't know if you've seen our videos from last year from Christmas, but we'll do another one.
We're a bit late on that. I've wanted to do it for weeks, and we didn't get a chance yet.
I thought you were going to blame me, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I can. Well, but I won't publicly.
So my friend Faye says we could learn together and that Sue could teach us. Faye, the thing is, you're a really good knitter already and a really good crocheter. You would absolutely show me up. And Sue is an amazing knitter. This is Rebecca's mother. Who else have we got? I keep missing things that come through. Kath says she did an Arab knit. I thought I got excited, Kath, when you said it was an Arab knit, the knitting pattern. But if you've got that, do send it to me.
So yes, Clement got some new shoes for winter. Some very comfy looking sheepskin shoe with a rib that look very warm. But sadly, they're still a bit too big for him, and he keeps losing them. So we have to either put several pairs of socks underneath.
With his sandals, with that.
So he has new shoes.
Somebody asked further back, and I've forgotten who it was. What was a favourite Christmas present as a child? What about you? You told me something.
Lego.
Yeah, Lego. In fact, that's still pretty much what I buy him every year. We need to do some one evening, build our Lego towns, the Winter Wonderland. Mm-hmm. Trouble is, Clement's idea of fun with Lego now is mostly destructive rather than constructive at this age. And so many people saying Happy Christmas, which is really lovely, and the same to all of you. And Michael's here. Oh, Michael, you're late. It's all right. Lego's dangerous for babies. Not at the moment.
Clement's actually really good at not putting things in his mouth.
He's
never really put anything. Very, very occasionally, but he's not.
He's a really careful little boy. When we walk in the woods with him a lot, and in the autumn there was obviously a lot of berries around of different kinds, and he very quickly learned which berries were edible and which weren't, and he'll tell us as we're walking around that one's good and that one's not good.
Yeah, it's quite impressive actually. He's very observant, and he would eat blackberries, but not any toxic looking, any toxic ones like privet or spindle or things like that. And he's perfectly, or snowberries. Yeah. And whenever we walk in a different place in the woods, this one's not good, and
pas bon in French, not good when there's something that you can't eat. So he's very good, and he loves blackberries. He'll eat blackberries, but even other black berries, he'll point at and say pas bon, pas bon. We've got a couple more questions. Oh, Lisa said she's got the Playmobil creche. That sounds good. Maybe we need to get that for him. Crystal's saying, how old does Juliet sleep at night? I think we'll separate out that question into two. How old does she sleep? Very well. She just doesn't do it at night. So she sleeps a lot during the day and then starts to party around midnight. And then she'll have a sort of 4 or 5 hour stint, or last night it was only about 3 hours in the middle of the night where she's good. And then she's awake maybe at 7:30. And then she would go to sleep except for the fact that, well, she does go to sleep, but we can't then go back to sleep because Clement wakes up about then, anytime between 7:30 and 9. And so I think she's getting better, and she will get a lot better. She's such a chunky monkey and eats so well that I think she's got the energy to sustain her for longer periods. She did 6 hours straight the other night. But it's just trying to get her not to be nocturnal, which is very hard in winter when so much of the day is dark. But we are trying. I took her out. I'm recovering much quicker than I did with Clement, and so I'm able to go for walks now already. And I took her for walks in the forest. We went today, and I think that's good for her. Although, unlike Clement, she likes to be face to your body, so she doesn't always see that much sunlight. A question from Kath: do we open presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
I think Christmas Day, don't we?
We do Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Some French people do it Christmas Eve, but
we do it on Christmas Day.
Yeah. Some members of your family do it Christmas Eve, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. Some of my brothers and sisters.
I love it on Christmas Day. It makes it part of the whole day, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll be active at the Christmas Eve vigil. Yeah. Yeah, she probably will. Lisa says her first one slept about 45 minutes at a time, maybe 2 hours at night for 4 months. I think that would kill me. We had a few, but yeah, as an older mum, I'm quite happy that she sleeps so well. Clement! What's Clement doing? What is he up to something?
Yes.
What's he doing?
I'm gonna check.
It's possible he's now. We'll just carry on a little couple more minutes. So if you've got any other questions, let us know. And at home on a Saturday before Christmas, so they'd be out partying or shopping. But I know it's a good time at the moment for so many people, and it's not a very cheerful time, and we just want to have fun remotely.
So Clement's putting the tractor in his mouth just to prove me wrong. Which is very cheeky.
Don't eat the tractor, love. There are no loose parts on it, though. So I thought we've been talking for quite a long time now. Pepper's drinking in the background. That's what that noise is. We keep realizing in the YouTube videos that she's making loads of noise in the background. Yeah, I think that's it. Have you got anything else to tell people? Anyone else got any burning questions? Sorry if we've missed any. We're sitting a bit further away from the screen so you can see everybody, and it's a bit tricky to keep up with all the comments and questions. But do write. I mean, I read everything that people send us and answer questions if I can.
You're very brave.
Clement, are you going to say bye-bye to people?
Bye-bye.
Do you want to say goodbye for Juliet as well? Oh, everybody. Oh no, that is not an attractive look on her. Tractor, yeah. They can all see your tractor. Oh, is that your sister? Your cocotte? Oh. And we'll be putting up. What does Clement want for Christmas? Kath's asking. He doesn't know. He doesn't really understand the concept of Christmas yet. But what he wants in general is fish.
Yeah.
So we've got an old aquarium of Mark's. Watch her head. And we're going to be getting him some fish for Christmas. And he's going to pull out all the cables right now. So that could be a good opportunity to stop. We hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. We hope to see some of you at our Patreon Zoom Christmas party. And we'll be putting up a few more videos before Christmas, just to hopefully give you a bit of a laugh and some fun, especially to people who are stuck on their own. Have you got anything else to say?
Thank you
Merry
for
Christmas,
watching,
Mum.
everybody.
Mum's going to say Merry Christmas as well.
And Merry
To
Christmas.
lean in.
Merry Christmas.
And we'll catch up with you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.